You also state that these threats of violence directly have caused members and branch employees to report concerns. And I quote this from your memorandum. But you've stated that you don't know how many members there are and what branch employees. So aren't we a little bit premature being here if your report and your investigation is not complete? Since we don't know the number of members, you stated that there has been no formal complaint. So aren't we a little bit premature being here?
Chair Brzezinski, Senator Olsen, I don't think we're premature at all. And in fact, I think if we could have all been having this conversation on June 20th, that would have been in the best interest of the branch from the risk perspective where I sit. The point about this recommendation is that, and I would do this the same for any client, for any employer, if reports are brought forward by employees that they have a concern about the safety and well-being of themselves or others in the workplace, whether those are threats based on threats of violence, whether they are threats of intimidation, whether they are threats of retaliation, it is incumbent upon the employer to evaluate what, if any, steps it must take immediately to ensure that these employees are not further subjected to this while it has the opportunity to look into it and reach some conclusions and then decide what, if any, steps it will take. So I would say we are not premature because I believe, as Senator Brzezinski set forth at the outset of the meeting, that my understanding of our purposes here today is not to explore, this is an interim finding, the investigation is ongoing. At some point, I expect we will be back together and talking about a formal finding, a recommendation. But until that point, I would urge the branch to focus on the recommendation, what steps it sees fit to take to ensure that it may maintain a intimidation-free and safe work environment while this investigation is concluded.